Do you know, I fly to America and I need one PCR test. I come back to Asia Pacific and I effectively need 3 PCR tests and I'm quarantined. Governments have to start looking at having unified approaches so that industries such as ours can function. You come from a country which has very little COVID, yet you're still quarantined from 7 to 14 days. Asia Pacific is losing its way and being excessively oversensitive on COVID. We have to get on with things. And so in the airline industry, we are really slap bang in what you've just said. It's very hard to make decisions sometimes because there are many external factors. We have to live and adapt. But, if you allow me, since this is going to Asia Pacific, I think Europe and America are really recovering much faster because they're learning to live with COVID. And in Asia Pacific, we need to be a little bit braver and standardize what is needed to prevent COVID from going, and also realizing that we're never going to get rid of it completely. We have to live with it. As a business leader, it's very tough in this day and age. But, you find a way, keep smiling and keep being positive. And there's always a sunlight at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, make sure the test will be negative, but keep on being positive in attitude. That's
exactly.
The thing, huh?
Exactly. If you think about, when I was a kid, which is unfortunately a long, long time ago, we used to walk around with yellow WHO booklets, which showed that we had malaria jabs or tetanus or polio, etc. It was a worldwide standard. Yet in this day and age, we do not have a worldwide standard for dealing with COVID. And we need to think as a global community. You're right, there is geopolitics, there is differences, but we are an open global society and we need to have some common standards. And, being in the airline business, I've been to Europe, I've been to America, it's easier for me to go to America than it is to go to Singapore, which is half an hour away from me. So, and we're all kind of heavily vaccinated. So COVID is a great issue where the world should be working closer together. But there are, as you've said, hundreds of issues that are happening around the world that affects the common man because of geopolitics and less standards. And I hope APEC can kind of get its act together and help businesses and ultimately the common man. I think the other important thing in COVID is that we've got to balance economics and health. At the moment, health is running everything. And, that's also a danger if we don't balance it with economics as well. So I hope governments will be more coordinated within themselves to balance saving lives, but also saving lives if the economy is too bad.
Some argue that at the time of pandemic, health also means business. Health also means economy.
Correct. I mean, I think Asia Pacific is underestimating the mental health issues that are happening in our part of the world. We at AirAsia have been very proactive with my staff. Even before COVID, we talked about mental health, financial health, and physical health. But mental health is something Asia Pacific countries do not like to talk about. But it's a real problem, and COVID has made it worse. And so we have to also balance that with lockdowns and fears and all these things.
We talk